Hey, fourth graders, it's Miss Wheeland here with another math lesson. I hope you're having a great day. Your target for today is I can tell if there is extra or missing information in a word problem. Okay? And your check is I know I've got it when I score a 4 or a 5 on the forms check. A 4 and a 5 really tell us that you're understanding what you're learning. And if you're getting less than that, especially like a 0, a 1, or a 2, that's definitely going to mean that you're going to need some practice with it. That would be rewatching one of the videos or coming to office hours and asking for some help. Okay, so let's do a practice review problem. I will read it to you, then you can pause and solve it on your own. A set of 4 chairs sells for $56, or you can buy 1 chair for $16. How much less is the cost of 1 chair than if you buy the set? Okay? Go ahead and solve. All right, so I see 4 chairs, $56. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to need to find the price per chair, right? And so that would be 56 divided by 4 chairs. Yeah? Let me zoom in a little for you. Okay. How many groups of 4 can I take out of 5? That would be 1. If I take out 1 group of 4, I'm taking out 4, and I have 1 left over. Okay. Bring the 6 down. 16. How many groups of 4 can I take out of 16? 4 groups. And if I take out 4 groups of 4, I'm taking out 16. None left over, no remainder. My answer is $14 each for when it's a set. Okay? But when it's not a set, they're $16. Am I done? No, because that's not what they're asking. They're asking how much less is it if you buy them as a set. So as a set is $14, and alone is $16. What's the difference there? The difference between the two is $2. And that's my final answer. Okay, let's go back into chapter 10, lesson 8. So I said we're going to talk about extra or missing information in a word problem. So I'll walk through a couple of those with you. I also have a picture book read aloud. That's one of my all-time favorites, and it's about missing information. So I thought you guys would really enjoy that. It's pretty silly, pretty cute. I like it. Okay, but Charlotte walked 6/10 of a mile to school. After school, she walked 24/100 of a mile to her friend's house. How much time does it take Charlotte to walk to school and to her friend's house? Okay, first off, what do we know? We know right here, 6/10 of a mile to school. Make sure you're writing this down with me. 6/10 mile to school. Okay, another thing we know is walked this long to her friend's house. 24/100 to friend. Okay, and what do we need to find? How much time does it take Charlotte to walk to school and to her friend's house? Time walking to both. All right? Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even need to go into the plan phase. Do you know why? Have you figured it out yet? Because what they gave us was a distance, mile, and they're asking how much time. Do I even know how long it takes her to walk there? I don't. So right now, I can go all the way down to the bottom and say my check, missing information. Not enough information to solve it. I just can't do it. Okay? Let's try our next one. Okay, so we need to determine if there's extra or missing information and to solve each problem, then solve if possible. Okay? Number 1, there are 100 movies at a store. 3 100ths are action movies, 50 100ths are comedies, and 20 100ths are adventure movies. What part of the movies are action or comedies? I'm going to say first off, do we know what all the 100 are? So we have 30 here, 50 here, and 20 here. 30, 50, and 20 equals 100. Okay, so we know what all the movies are. We've got all of them. There's no missing movies. Do we know action movies? Yep. And we know comedies? Yep. Okay, I think we've got enough information. So let's see. What part of the movies are action or comedies? If anything, there's a little bit of extra information right here. Because they're already telling us 30 out of 100, 50 out of 100, 20 out of 100. They didn't need to put this sentence in. It's helpful, but they didn't need to put it in there. It's a little bit of extra information. Okay. So what part of the movies are action or comedies? So action is here. Comedies are here. Go ahead and solve that. What part? $30 100ths plus 50 100ths equals, when we're adding up fractions that have like denominators, we add straight across the top. 30 plus 50 is 80 100ths. And I'm going to say simplest form. These both have 20 as a factor. So I'm going to divide by 20. Sorry, let's do 20 20ths like we're supposed to. 80 divided by 20 is 4. 100 over 20 is 5. 4/5. This is a perfectly okay answer, but if you want to push yourself a little bit, simplest form is right here. Okay, let's do another. Keep trying. In a basketball game, the red team scored 3/10 of the baskets during the first game and 4/10 of the baskets during the second half. The blue team had 10 players. How many baskets did the red team score during the first half and second half of the game? All right, what do we know? We know that the red team scored 3/10 of the baskets. So I'm going to say red 3/10. Okay, in the first half. And 4/10 of the baskets during the second half. 4/10 in the second half. The blue team had 10 players. Okay. How many baskets did the red team score during the first and second half of the game? All right. First and second half. Here's how much they scored the first half. Here's how much they scored the second half. Do we even need to know how many players are on the blue team? We don't. That's some extra information. So, remember it said, determine if there's extra or missing information. So I'm going to say extra information. And then we're going to solve, okay? Go ahead and solve this one, and then you can press play again. Okay, for the first half of 3/10 and the second half of 4/10 altogether, we have 3/10 and 4/10. That makes 7 total tenths. It's already in simplest form, so we're good. Next, brain builders, your favorites. Alexia and her family went on vacation. They walked 1/10 of a mile to the beach and 2/10 of a mile to the souvenir shop. Then they walked back to the beach. How far did they walk in all? Does that sound like there is missing information, extra information, or just enough information? If you said just enough information, you are right. They give us everything that we need, and we are set to go. So let's say home, beach, and shop. from here to here is 1/10. From here to here is 2/10. And then they went back and did it again. So we have 1/10, 2 3/10, 4 5, and 6, right? Because this is worth 1, this is 2/10, 2/10, 1/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10 of a total mile. Or we'll take half of their trip. 1/10 plus 2/10 is 3/10, and no, they did that again. 3/10 plus 3/10. When you have same denominators, you just add straight across. 6/10 of a mile. And to go that extra step, let's do simplest form. Factors here are 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1, 2, 5, and 10. 2 is the greatest common one. So we'll divide by 2/2, which is 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 3/5. So either this answer or this answer, they are equivalent fractions. Either one works. This one is the one in simplest form, but this one is perfectly acceptable. But either way, make sure you say miles. You need your units. All right, go ahead and take that form. This is an easier lesson, so I'm not going to do any other problems with you. Have fun.